everything in the world is happening in and around supply chain, whatever we do. I mean, it's all about supply chain. Even if we're cooking, driving, whatever activity we do, it's a part of the supply chain skeleton system. Well, to this point, I'd like to take you all down to the journey of 1970s with Milton Friedman. He was a senior. I mean, he was one of the world-renowned economists. He released a paper in New York Times back in 1970s. He talked about how capitalism and how the business is thriving in the world. But the businessman is not thinking about the planet. I think Milton Friedman was the first person in back in the days who coined the term sustainability, that whatever we are taking from the environment has to be given back. Uh, Going back to the data point, I would like to add over here that when we talk about the collection or the activity of data, before that, I'd like to take you down a little more step earlier that we need to define boundaries. What are our boundaries for collection of data? That is very essential over here. We are doing S1, S2, S3. True to that point, defining boundaries in the sense that this is my organization can do and this we cannot achieve. Let's say, for example, Microsoft, or let's say Google for that example. Google has got a lab and they are working on the boundaries because their instruments they produce a lot of heat. So they're working on the boundaries of getting the water cooled, the aspects that how their heat generated by their machines is not adding to the carbon footprint. Then the second point is that the identify the emission sources. This is again before the data collection. The identification of the emission sources is very, very essential at this point in time because that really helps you in understanding what is my root cause, where do I need to plug the gap. You know, let's say for example, if I take it to the point, let's say Nike. Nike nowadays has come out not only in the ESG. I'm talking about specifically not on the ESG. ESG before was known as CSR. A lot of people, they get confused that this is ESG or CSR. CSR is corporate social responsibility, and ESG is something to do with the semantics of finance, investors, internal and external stakeholders. So to all the people who get really bogged down, that you need to do a lot of things on the ESG and the CSR. Hey guys, we need to classify that first of all, that CSR and ESG are two different things. So over here, the stakeholder theory comes into play. And to the point that data, AI, blockchains are essential. Yes, they are. They are very, very essential because if we don't know what we are mapping, if the metric to measure is not correct, we don't have that in our hand, I don't have a scale how to measure, then I will not be able to collect. And if I don't know what to collect, when to collect, how to collect, if I put the five whys of Shigeo Shingo from the Toyota production system, again, rolling back the supply chain, we will not be able to get what we are driving for. That's my little take on this.